Hello everybody and welcome to this Verbling class with me. My name is Teacher Amy and today's class is a writing class. So if you like to practice your writing, which is something that maybe we don't always focus so much on because it's sometimes a bit difficult to practice writing. You need it to be corrected by somebody or checked over, otherwise you can't make a lot of progress. So if you want to utilize this session to improve your writing and use those new vocab words that you've learned this week, or practice some difficult grammar, or maybe just have a bit of fun, then come along and join us. I think there are a couple of slots left in this class. If you're quick, you can get in. So our topic today is that we're going to actually do a bit of creative writing and rewrite the ending to one of our favorite stories, or maybe rewrite the ending to a story that we hated the ending of and we can now feel better about it in our minds. So you can choose any story that you like. It doesn't have to be one that people know. You could just explain it to us before we go over it. And I just want you to use your imagination and rewrite the ending. So the ending's sometimes a bit of a key thing in a story. It's going to be some fun, get your creative juices flowing, and we'll spend about the first half of the lesson writing, and the second half of the lesson we will read your work and we'll make any corrections and share each other's interesting ending ideas. For those of you who haven't really been around Verbling long, you may like to check out a couple of pages, either my Verbling Teacher Facebook page or that of any other teacher, and my Verbling Teacher page or that of any other teacher. And you can use those pages to help you discover things that you didn't know, or just to check out your teachers and find out a little bit more about them. And if you're a Facebook fan, why not like some of the teachers on Facebook, so you can keep your eyes on what's going on throughout the week and be reminded of what you need to do to stay on track with your learning. So that behind us, let's say hello. Who do we have here for our writing today? We have the lovely Victor. Welcome back, Victor.
Hi. Long time
Nice
no
to
see
see you
you.
again. Oh, such a long time. It's been all of 5 minutes. How are you doing? What about writing in your life, Victor? Do you enjoy writing in your native language or in English, or is it something that you hardly ever do?
I'm really bad at writing, but I'll try.
You try. Awesome. Well, welcome. You can have a chance to practice today. And we'll be looking forward to reading what you come up with. Welcome back to Raphael.
Amy?
Oh, you're still there. I think there's kind of funny little crackling noise. I'm not sure where that's coming from. But welcome. It's good to have you in class, Raphael. You always write interesting things that are totally unexpected to me, so I can't wait to see what you come up with today.
It's hard to,
No
it's hard to
pressure or
impress
anything.
you. It's hard to impress you, teacher.
No, don't worry. I just enjoy reading other people's writing, so there's no pressure whatsoever. Philip, welcome back.
Thank you, teacher.
Great to see
How are
you
you?
again.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Good. So I'm going to share a file with you in a moment, guys, but just get thinking about what story you might like to finish off. And Khaled, welcome.
Welcome, teacher. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we've just spoken to each other in my last class, so I'm not going to spend too long chatting away. I would like you to get on with thinking about what you're going to write. In the meantime, I'm just going to get the file ready. I've uploaded it. I just need to share it with you. So I'm going to give you a link. Just a second. And we will start. So this is a blank file, but it's useful to use. So I'll share that link with you in the Google chat. If you can just click on that, hopefully you'll get access. And then you should see this when you click on that link. Voila. So as I mentioned before, you're very welcome to write about something that you loved or that you hated, or any story of your choice. All I'd like you to do is just to write your name and then start writing here. If you could please write under the title so it doesn't move up and down. If you prefer to write somewhere else on your computer, then you can just copy and paste in your writing when it's time to correct. And we've got lots of time today, and only 4 of us, so that's great. We should have about 25 minutes for writing. Then we'll spend the remaining time reading and correcting. So I'm going to be quiet. If you could keep your microphones muted while we write, then we can all concentrate to the best of our abilities. And I will talk to you again soon. I'll let you know how the time's getting on, and I'll try and stay as quiet as possible. If you have any questions, just let me know. You can talk or you can type. I'm right here. Welcome, Adela. I'll just reshare the link with you so you can see what we're doing.
Hello.
We're just rewriting the endings to our favourite stories. So if you click on the link there, you can, that's in the Google chat box, you can access the document and join us. You can see it should look like this, sorry. And you've got about 25 minutes to do your writing, okay?
Okay.
Oh.
Guys, if you could just mute your microphones, it just means that everyone can concentrate and we don't hear too many typing noises. That would be great. I'll do the same.
Please, I can't access the Google chat. I don't know why.
Okay, I'll give you the link.
Side time for me, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Just a second, I will re-share the link. Put it into the Verbling chat.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that better?
Yes, I can see it now. Yes.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
No problem.
Mm.
Teacher,
Yes.
where we have to write on this page?
Pardon?
Where we have to write in this page?
Yes, you can write in this page like Philip's doing. You just
But
type your name and type, or you can write somewhere else and just copy and paste it into the chat box, and I will put it into the document when it's time to correct it.
okay, because I tried to write 2 times, but my friends also write on the same line.
Okay, well, if you're finding it annoying, Carla, just write somewhere else. Just open a regular Word document on your own computer.
No problem at all, no problem.
Okay, guys, about 10 more minutes of writing time. 10 more minutes. about 5 minutes, guys. It might be time to start finishing off and also checking through your work. So 5 more minutes. Welcome, Jackie. You've joined the class halfway through, so we may have time, if you would like to do some writing, to have a look at it by the end. It just depends how long it takes. We're about to start correcting our writing from the first half of the class. So if you would like to have a go, feel free. I'm not sure if we're going to have time at the end or not, but we will do our best, okay?
Okay, it's okay. Thank you.
Brilliant. All right, the rest of you, just try to finish off now, please, because we're going to start looking at your writing and making some corrections and finding out what endings you wrote to your favourite stories. So, is there anyone who's finished who would like to go first?
I finished, teacher.
Ah, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I didn't quite catch who that was. Was that Khaled?
Yes, I finished, teacher.
Brilliant. Okay, Khaled, did you type in here or did you type somewhere else? Ah, there we go. I found it.
I typed it. Type it is the same page.
Brilliant. Okay, so if you could please read yours for us, and then we will make some corrections if there are any to make.
I don't want to start first because it's so bad vision of life. But I will start.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, well, to write an. Are you with me, teacher?
Yes, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
If you could just read out your writing for us, Khaled, because then we will correct it, please.
Write it now.
Yeah, just read it so you can read
Read.
what you've
Yes,
written.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, to write an end of story, you have to write an end of a story, you have to take an idea about it. My story is about my life and the continuous journey of suffering and the dark of the present in addition to the ambiguity of the future. Sorry to say that, but I don't have an optimistic vision about the future. The situation is so complicated that nobody now knows where we are going. I was born in Kuwait. Then my family moved to Syria. I saw the wars in Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria. I think 4 wars is enough for one life.
Wow,
Simple.
thank you, Khaled. Thanks very much for that because, gosh, you've had a tough time by the looks of things. And I really like how you've kind of approached this topic. So let's just go through it. I think your writing itself is great. Just don't forget that we need a bit of punctuation, so we need some sentences. So we'll
Yes,
start off.
I have a lot of punctuation mistakes here.
Yes, you've got some commas, but that's okay. I'll help you correct it now. So, well, usually would have a comma after it because it's a kind of informal way of talking. So we'll put a comma and then say to write the end of a story. The end of a story. You have to take an idea about it. I think to take an idea is a little bit unusual. You might say to take a perspective or maybe to have an idea. So I'll put that as another option, okay, to have an idea about it. And then we need a full stop because that's the first sentence. Almost the first paragraph, really. So we'll have a new paragraph here and then in capital. My story is about my life and the continuous journey of suffering and the dark of the present. So I would say instead of and here, it might be better to have a dash because you're then further explaining what your life is. So my story is about my life, the continuous journey of suffering, and the dark of the present. And then because you're saying in addition, let's have a comma, in addition to the ambiguity of the future. I think we should put a full stop there and then start with a capital. Sorry to say that, comma. But I is always a capital when it appears as a word in itself. So I do not have an optimistic because this is a vowel, so you need to have an N to help you pronounce it properly coming before. An optimistic vision about the future. I think then we have another full stop. For each idea, really, it's better to have a sentence. The situation is so complicated and nobody knows where we are going. Full stop. Then you've got a little bit more about your personal life. So let's have a new paragraph. And don't forget I is a capital. Whoopsie daisy. I was born in Kuwait. Because that's a country, you need a capital. And then my family moved to Syria. Full stop. I saw, or maybe even...
Teacher?
Yep.
Teacher?
Mm-hmm.
I think I was committed a mistake. I was born in Kuwait. I can, there is a, grammatically, it's correct to use and then, or we have to eliminate it and.
You need something. You either need and or you need a full stop on your new sentence. But I'd say and then it just makes more sense because it's talking about a timeline of you being born and then being followed by something else. Okay?
Can I eliminate it and Kuwait, then my family, or I have to put it and here?
You need something. You can't just say I was born in Kuwait, then my family moved to Syria.
Yeah.
You've got to. If you want to just do that, you'll have to start a new sentence like this.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw the wars in Iraq, Lebanon. All the countries need a capital.
Yes, yes.
And
And names
Syria. And this is, again, you either need a full stop, or I think because this is connected, that you've seen the wars, and is better because it's further explaining what's happening. And I think 4 wars is enough for 1 lifetime. Is probably what we would say. 1 life is correct, but I would say it sounds more natural to say 1 lifetime. Okay?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Brilliant, well done. Some really, really lovely sentences, Carla. Just be careful with your sentence structure, your and your punctuation, because your writing itself is beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Because I don't know the where are the punctuation in the keyboard, you know.
Yes.
Therefore, I will trying it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Brilliant. Okay. Thank you. Who's next?
Can I?
Absolutely, Philip. Where are you? Somewhere on here. Here we go. All right. Could you read for us, please?
Okay. My most hated story is about a friend to whom I put all my confidence and at the end betrayed me. I met him after a long time we have not seen each other. We exchanged our contacts and so we became very good friends. We spent the evenings together and share all our worries. But I finally realized that he was two-faced and that he was passing off as a friend, but actually he was just spying me. All my great secrets were out. His hiding agenda was to get profit of my position, to have some favor from my acquaintances, and at the first occasion get rid of me. I think. Okay, okay. I knew all of this one day when we were getting to his hostel. Some guys attacked us at the entrance, and I later knew that he was the responsible of this attack. Firstly, I noticed that the muggers were only behind me. He didn't even want me to complain to the police. For his looking, it would get a bad name to his hostel. Since then, I'm very reluctant when it comes to have new friends.
Oh, Philip, this is a sad story. Is this true?
Yes, it's very true.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That's a bad experience, but you've written about it really well. Well done. I'm sorry that you had to go through this, though. All right, let's have a look at it. So my most hated story is about a friend, not to whom, but in whom I put all my confidence.
Okay.
In whom I put all my confidence.
Yeah.
And we probably say, and who at the end betrayed me. Okay?
Okay.
And then I would say start a new paragraph, because that's your little intro.
Okay.
I met him after a long time. We have not seen each other. Okay. Usually in English, the verb meet is when we use it when we're meeting somebody for the first time. If you want to specify that you kind of just see them again, we probably say met up with him. Okay.
Okay.
After a long time. Okay, it's easier to explain this in a slightly different way. After we had not met up with him, after an easier way saying this would be after not seeing each other for a long time.
Okay. That's
It's a little bit tricky because you've got to describe the situation.
I can see that you are right, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, great. We exchanged our contacts. And so we became very good friends, because there's 2 of you.
Yes.
We spent I think that was a mistake, we spent the evenings together and shared, don't forget past tense, all our worries. But I finally realized that he was two-faced and that he was passing, this is a great one to use, but you haven't got it quite right, passing himself off, not of, but off with double F. Okay?
Okay.
He's passing himself off as a friend, but actually he was just spying on me, to spy on somebody.
Okay.
All my great secrets were out. His hidden Hidden, not hiding, but hidden. Very close. Hidden agenda was to get profit of my position. I would say was to profit from. To profit from my position.
Okay. Profit from my position.
Yep, to have some favour from my acquaintances. So this is another point, really. So let's put a comma. To profit from my position, to gain. I would say to gain favour, or favours even, from my acquaintances, and at the first occasion, get rid of me. I would say the first chance, not the first occasion. It's a bit more natural sounding. I knew all of this. You didn't know all of this, because otherwise you wouldn't have been his friend. What you mean is you found out all of this. You discovered all of this, right? And then no comma, because it's relating to the same thing. I found out all of this one day when we were getting to his hostel, and some guys attacked us at the entrance, full stop. Later, or I later knew that he was responsible for, to be responsible for something.
Yes.
Lastly, I noticed that the muggers were only behind me, full stop. He didn't even want me to complain to the police for his looking. What do you mean for his looking, Philip?
For his opinion, for his view, because he told me for his looking. That means for his opinion.
Okay, so he didn't want you to complain to the police because he was worried that he would get found out?
Yeah, yes, because people will know that they are robbing people in his hostel.
Okay, I see, right. I would say maybe for his reputation is probably a better thing to put.
Okay.
Let's change it slightly. So because his reputation would be at risk.
Okay.
And his hostel would get a bad name.
Okay.
A bit of a tricky one. You can't say his looking. I see what you're trying to say there. But better to say reputation, or I think reputation is probably the best one to use, actually. The most common. Since then, we need to put I've been after since then, not I'm, okay? Since then, I've been very reluctant when it comes to having new friends, or even making. Whoops-a-daisy, that's not what I wanted to do, sorry.
Oh, thank you very much.
Right, well done, Philip. Great writing. A few corrections, just because of the nature of some explanations. You had some difficult things to explain, but overall, really great. Did you understand all the corrections? Any questions?
No, thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you, Philip. So now we have either Victor or Raphael.
I'm finished too.
Okay, Adela, do you want to go next? Let's go. Could you read yours for us, please?
Sorry, I'm having problems. You say me?
No, sorry, Victor. Yes, I will come to you. Adela has just volunteered, so we'll go to her next, okay?
Okay.
Off you go, Adela. Could you read yours for us, please?
Okay. I'm a lot of problems to decide a book to write, and finally I've chosen a tale, a fairy tale. Why? Because generally they have a happy ending, get married, and the villain is destroyed by the prince. The goodness win the fight. The fairy tales will be anything. I'm going to write generically. When the flyer dragon arrived to the country, the handsome prince was afraid. He thought, I can't destroy so huge animal. And that is Mark. Sorry. And what was his reaction? He ran through the corridor until his bedroom, opened a big wardrobe, and hid there. The dragon destroyed the city and kidnapped the prince's bride.
Oh my gosh, Adela. This is a very unusual ending to the story, but I like it. It's a bit of a change. And I like your little description. So let's go through it. I'm a lot of problems. I think we wouldn't say I'm a lot of problems because you're not a problem yourself, Adela. I had a lot of
I'm
problems.
sorry.
Deciding. I had a lot of the problems deciding. You can either say deciding on the book or deciding which book to rewrite. Okay. And finally, I've chosen a tale, a fairy tale. Why? Need a capital because question mark is the same as it's the end of the sentence. Because generally they have a happy ending, married. Well, the stories themselves don't get married. The characters get married, right? So they have happy ending. The characters get married, and the villain is destroyed by the prince. Goodness wins the fight. Okay, what we would say here is good. Good as a theme. Good wins the fight, okay, as opposed to evil. Don't forget, because it's he or she, we need an S for this. The fairy tale will be anything. I think can be anything might be better. The fairy tale can be anything, or maybe might be anything. I'm going to write generically. Okay. When the flyer dragon, we'd say flying dragon, Adela. The flying dragon.
Flying. Okay.
Arrived to the country. Okay, there's two ways of putting this. We can't put two. We can put in. Oh, yes, you can put from if you're talking about the other direction. But with arrived, you can put in or at. Okay, arrived in the country, arrived at the country. The handsome prince was afraid. Full stop. He thought, I can't destroy so huge animal, such a huge animal. I can't destroy such a huge animal. I think we need an exclamation mark because it's worthy of one, Adela. Because he's thinking, oh my god! And what was his reaction? Question mark. He ran through the corridor until. We don't actually say until. You could say until he reached his bedroom, or he ran through the corridor to his bedroom. Okay, but you can't just say until by itself. You have to say until something happened, not until a noun. All right?
Okay.
Until a time, but not his bedroom. Opened a big wardrobe and hid. Hid there because it's tense. The dragon destroyed the city and kidnapped
the yes,
prince's bride. Oh, I'm now wanting to find out what happens next. Is this the actual end of the story?
Is to finish different. The fairy tale.
You know, there's definitely a problem with sad endings and me. I hate them. I'm totally opposed to sad endings. But Adela, excellent writing. Well done. And a very interesting way of finishing the story that's completely different to normal. So well done. You fulfilled the brief perfectly today.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, a lot of mistakes, but no.
No, not a lot of mistakes. A few mistakes, Adela. So just take a look at them. If you see anything you don't understand, do please let me know. All right, it's between Raphael and Victor now. Who wants to go next, Victor or Raphael?
I do it if you like.
Brilliant. All right, Victor, where are you? Here we go.
Okay, there is a beautiful and a famous film called Terminator 2, which gives to the spectator the gift of feeling empathy with a soul trapped into an artificial body. But there is something important about this, a truly mind-changing fact that nobody knows. The other liquid robot introduced a chip into the boy's body, so he'll control him and also the mother for the rest of the existence.
Wow, I've never seen Terminator 2, but this sounds a bit creepy at the end.
It's a good and a happy ending.
It's a happy ending. And is this the actual ending of the film, or is this your ending, Victor?
It's my ending.
Okay, great. So if you haven't seen Terminator 2, don't worry. He hasn't given it all away. Ha. All right, well done. Let's have a look at it. We usually say an ending, okay? An ending, a beautiful with one L, ending, in a famous film called Terminator 2, which with an H, which gives, it gives, so we need an S. And we don't say to, we don't need to, which gives the spectator, which doesn't have an E in English, okay? It's without an E, which gives the spectator the gift of feeling empathy with the soul, trapped, not attrapped, but trapped. Trapped in, not into, trapped in an artificial body. But there is something important about this, a truly mind-changing fact, that nobody knows, ... The other liquid robot introduces a chip into the boy's body, so he'll control him and also the mother for the rest of their existence. And apart from that one mistake, that was a really great ending. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Hardly any mistakes, Victor. Well done. Awesome. Any questions? No?
Teacher?
Yes. Yep.
In the first line, there is an ending, a beautiful ending. Which better to use, beautiful or happy ending?
Sorry,
happy or beautiful? Here, which better?
Ah, happy. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, we can say a happy ending is a collocation that we use when we talk about a story finishing in a way that's sort of like everything's resolved and everybody's happy. But you can easily say a beautiful ending. You could say any kind of ending you like because it's not a set phrase. So a beautiful ending is just as valid, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Good question. Okay, Raphael, it's your turn. Are you there?
Yeah.
Right, where is your writing? Have you written on this there we go, perfect. Can you read it for us, please?
Okay. He didn't notice what really happened, because everything happened so fast. Underneath his feet, there was only leaves and some sort of cotton, the softest cotton he has ever touched. Those 5 people whose life he has changed were already behind him, looking at him with gratitude for all he has done for them. He was trying to figure out why his legs were no longer aching. His scars on his chest due to all wars he has fought strangely disappeared. There were no more longer stumbles on his walk. His strength was returned. He tried to breathe, but then he realized that it was no longer necessary. Ahead of him, a long and wide road, beautiful lilies and roses on the sidewalk. At the horizon, a single lady with a white dress who seemed to touch the sun. He started to feel more confident. The single lady with an inviting smile waved to him. He suddenly rushed towards to her, as if he already knew what to do, or maybe because he was fed up with everything so far, and it would be an outstanding new opportunity to start over again. When he got there, he realized that the mysterious lady was in fact the love of his life, who he had to abandon to fight in the war, and they never got back together. It was definitely a new beginning. At first, it looked like a whirlwind of emotion in his head, but gradually everything became smoother and clearer, as if everything was supposed to happen that way. They didn't speak any word. In fact, it wasn't needed. At the end, they just joined their hands and walked together towards to the sun.
Wow! Is this a book that I should know, Raphael, or did you just write this yourself?
Actually, it's a little of the book. Have you ever read the 5 people you meet in the heaven?
No, but I have heard of it. I've heard of it. It's that book, right?
Yes. It's a different ending for the book.
Awesome. All right. So if any of you have read that, let us know what you think of Raphael's alternative ending. Really good writing. Let's just go through it. So, he didn't notice what really happened because everything happened so fast. Nice opening sentence. Underneath his feet there were only leaves.
There were.
And some sort of cotton. The softest cotton, because he has ever touched. We need the superlative, not the comparative. The softest cotton he had ever touched. Because we're in the past, then we need to go one step back further into the past. Those 5 people whose lives, because I think we've got 5 of them.
Yeah.
Lives he had changed, were already behind him, looking at him with gratitude for all he had done for them. He was still trying to figure out why his legs were no longer aching. The scars, not his scars. You can say his scars, but because you've got on his chest, you need to say the scars on his chest. Due to all the wars he had fought, or simply he fought, but had fought is probably better, strangely disappeared. If you say strangely disappeared, it's almost as if they're disappearing right now, Raphael, before his eyes. But I think what you mean is had strangely disappeared already, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There were no longer stumbles on his walk. I would say he no longer stumbled. He no longer stumbled when he walked. Because a stumble is not exactly a thing. It's more like a way of walking, okay? His strength had returned. He tried to breathe, but then he realized that this was no longer necessary. How strange. Ahead of him, a long and wide road, beautiful lilies and roses on the sidewalk. Great. Ahead of him, I think we need a verb, was a long and wide road. At the horizon, a single lady with a white dress who seemed to touch the sun. Wow. He started to feel more confident. The single lady with an inviting smile waved to him. We need and here, really, rather than a comma. And he suddenly rushed towards her as if he already knew what to do, or maybe because he was fed up with everything so far and it would be an outstanding new opportunity to start over again. Great! When he got there, he realized that the mysterious lady was, in fact, the love of his life, who he had to abandon to fight in the war, and they never got back together. It was definitely a new beginning. At first it looked like a whirlwind of emotions in his head, but gradually everything became smoother and clearer, as if everything was supposed to happen that way. They didn't speak a word. They didn't speak a word. In fact, it wasn't needed. At the end, they just joined their hands and walked together towards the sun. Oh, well, it's a happy ending, Raphael.
Thank you.
Really, really lovely poetic writing. I love the way that you use some quite unusual imagery and lovely words. So well done. Do you understand all the things I've corrected?
Yes, but you mentioned something I was in doubt here. I missed. When you mentioned something about, I missed. I'll send you a message afterwards.
All right. When you remember, yeah, that's no problem. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. That were really, really interesting stories. And I hope you've improved your writing a little bit over the last hour. So off you go. Don't forget to take your writing with you so that you don't forget what you've improved on today, and you can use it again next time you have a lesson or next time you do some writing. I hope you all have a brilliant weekend. So take care, and I will see you next week.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Bye, Amy. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.